Good evening, everybody. Welcome to tonight's live. Here's the thing. We thought we were live here for the last 30 seconds, but we had to click a button. So here we are tonight. Thanks for joining us. Look, we got lots of comments coming in already, Josh. Wherever you're joining us tonight, if you're on YouTube, if you are on Facebook, Instagram, X, whatever platform you're joining us tonight, leave a comment because we can see them. We want to see what it is that you're liking about tonight's show. We're going to show some really cool stuff. We're going to talk about a lot of different things. We're going to be celebrating America all night, and we want to see what you think about it. But by the way, one thing we always like to do is see where you are chiming in from, where you're joining us from. We usually have people from all around the world, and I think that's super cool because in today's age, look, I mean, 30 years ago, like we both have been in this where, you know, we used to do just phone calls, and there was no video. And you were talking into a black hole, and you didn't really know who was listening and who wasn't listening. So I'm grateful for technology and that we get to see who's all with us tonight. You guys can chime in. My name is Blake Davis. I got Josh Anderson with me here tonight. Josh, super exciting time to be not just alive, but like on planet Earth, in America, and in the gold and silver space, which we're deep into at the moment.
Yeah, it is awesome to be with everybody tonight. It's summer. It's summertime in Idaho. I'm coming to you from the motorhome today, Blake. I'm on the road today with my family, and so I hope everybody can get over that I'm wearing a hat and a T-shirt. Is that okay? It's Blake. Is that okay tonight?
Look, my hat's backwards, and here's the thing: it's always Casual Friday in my world.
And you know what? I know that about you, but you know what's awesome? I'm with you. I just absolutely love America. Like, I love America. I love American history. I love every principle that our government and our country's founded upon. I love the amazing men and women who built it, came before us to pave the way for us. I'm a patriot through and through, and I absolutely love everything about the history of our country, the good, the bad, the ugly. It all made us and it all shaped us. And I just think it's so cool that tonight we get to celebrate some of that, and I am ecstatic about the projects we've been working on for, a long time here at 7K to bring out tonight with some of these projects built around the celebration of America's 250th birthday, baby.
Amen. Well, that's why you're on tonight, Josh, because you're probably one of the best history buffs I know who has read pretty much every book there probably is around the Revolutionary War. So that being said, before we dive into that, the gold and silver market, look, I mean, we got the Iran war. I know you talk about this on your podcast, the Sound Money podcast, quite a bit, but man, week to week, this market is just like flipping itself upside down. So many people in the world today are freaking out about, wait, I thought gold and silver was supposed to be the thing that goes up when the rest of the world is crashing, and it's crashing. And what do you make of all this, Josh? What should we be thinking? What should we be thinking about gold and silver now?
You know what, Blake? That's a great question. I didn't know we were going to go here tonight, but I'll tell you, right? Something that's really important that a mentor of mine years ago told me. A really good mentor of mine by the name of Ray. Ray told me, he said, Josh, in the world, when you see smart money doing one thing, but the price is going opposite, it's a lie. So he said, always follow the smart money. He said the smart money will purposely drive prices down to get the what he called the masses out of something so that they can crush them like a bug so that the smart money can buy cheaper. Now, I'm just going to tell you, right? This is what smart money is doing today. Gold just overtook all U.S. treasuries and overtook the dollar as the largest holding reserve currency in the world. Okay. First time ever in the history of the United States of America post 1971 since that's happened, right? So gold overtakes treasuries. It's up 27% of the global central bank reserves are now held in gold. Okay. That's up from 20% a year ago. For the first time since 1971, it's U.S. treasuries are second to gold. Stable coins. I want you to think about this for 2 seconds. If you know what a stable coin is, you're awesome. If you don't, it's okay. I'm gonna give you a brief history lesson. A stable coin is a digital currency that's tied to a fiat currency. I know that sounds retarded, right? My wife says I can't say that word anymore. I'm sorry. I'm a product of the 80s, okay? I'm a product of the 80s. It comes out. Sorry about that. She says I can't say it. But how dumb is that, right? A digital currency tied to a fiat currency. That makes a stable coin. Do you know that the stable coin industry, Blake, is buying up more gold and silver than the central banks today to back their currencies? They don't believe in their own fiat project. Why do I say all that? I say all that to say this. The smart money in the world, global central banks, countries, if you don't know this, if you haven't been on our podcast, Poland just turned 35% of all of their fiat dollars into gold recently. China has bought gold, been a net buyer for 18 consecutive months. India just put a 35% tariff on gold coming into their country because their currency was crashing. At the same time, India bought 22 tons of gold last month. Why do I say that? Because smart money's buying gold and silver and driving prices down, right? They want to drive the prices down so they can buy it at a better dollar cost average today. So, hey, the world's in commotion, folks. Make sure you follow the smart money. Every central bank's buying it like never before. Every country's buying it like never before. They're purposely driving the little guy out of the market. This is why we started these companies, Blake. This is the purpose, because the world is trying to crush the little guy. And now all eyes should be wide open, and you should be buying the same way the central banks are, on a dollar cost averaging. And today it's on sale. Gold and silver is on sale. It's on sale. It's on sale. And so that's just a little, if you want more of that, Sound Off Money, just go there, watch the podcast. We put out an awesome weekly brief there under the news tab. You can find all that out. But yes, good question, Blake. I know we were going there.
I love it. I think it was Warren Buffett. Don't quote me on this, but he's got the quote that essentially says that when the world is fearful is when you should be buying, and when the world's excited is when you should be like staying away. Right?
Yeah, getting out. Yeah, that's reality, right? The big boys. My mentor Ray said, "Follow the smart money. If you don't, you'll get squashed like a bug on the windshield." I miss him. Wish he was still around.
Yeah. Amen. Well, thanks for that nugget. Tonight, though, we're going to dive in a little bit to celebrating America. So I want to know in the comments, leave a comment on the video here on the live. What are you doing to celebrate the 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence? Like, we celebrate this every year, right? This is just happens to be a big one because most countries don't last this long. Most new experiments don't last this long, and that's what this whole thing was and continues to be. Kind of is one giant brand new experiment to get away from kingship and rulers and all the things that dominated the world for so long, to bring about a kind of a new world order. Actually, has what's happened from this. So I want to hear in the comments what you're doing. Someone says, I love this one, buying silver. That's what she's doing. I love that. Rod says, honoring our veterans. I love that, Rod. That's we can never do enough of that. So I like that. But Josh, I want to hear from you actually. Like we said, history buff. And I know you've dove deep into the founding documents, the founding fathers, lots of things there. So you've got to have a favorite story or individual or event from the early times of the Declaration of Independence, the Revolutionary War, like that 20-year period when the country was like really getting its roots. You got to have a favorite story from there.
Well, two things. You just asked what I've been doing to celebrate, right? I decided to go back and reread some of the experiences of Benjamin Franklin and his experience in going over to France to try and woo France into the war to help us, right? So I wanted to go back in time. So I spent the last 2 weeks going back through those experiences and those books and documents to just so that I could appreciate, right, the hard work that took. I really had to live there for 3 years total, right, to woo them into the war. And I just think about all the massive amount of effort that went into creating this nation and how hard it was. But it was, to your point, it was so that the world could be changed. The entire world could be changed for the better. It opened up revolution in all countries across the entire globe, and it allowed people to be free to choose and to have choice in their life. And so one of the things, I've shared this before, I love a group of people. You can now go study this group of people. They were a group of friends, 5 friends in Long Island, New York. A lot of people, they're known as the Culper Ring. That's what they're known as now, but history didn't even know them and didn't have a name for them until the last 60 years because it was so secret. It was a spy ring that reported directly to George Washington. They lived on Long Island and Long Island Sound. And without their efforts, without their tremendous efforts in going in and out of the city of New York and passing on intelligence to George Washington, we would have never won the war. And I've often said to people that I love their experience. There's actually, I think, Blake, there was actually a mini series or a series turned into them. Anybody know the name of that?
Yeah,
if you're not a book reader, if you're not a book reader and you like to watch movies, they did a pretty good job of taking the book, The Culper Ring, and turning it into a mini series. Anybody know what it's called?
Yeah, it's called Turn.
Turn.
Put that in the comments, somebody. It's called Turn. Yeah. I think Amazon or Netflix had it. I looked like a month ago, and it came back around. So it's awesome.
So that's based on the true stories of this group, right? But one of the things that I have always loved about that is it doesn't take 100 men, it doesn't take 100 women to change the world. That's why I went back and restudied Benjamin's experience or Thomas Jefferson's experience, in Paris, because it doesn't take 100 men. It takes 4 or 5. It takes a handful. It just takes a handful of people, Blake, believing in the same cause, working in the same direction, never flinching on it, seeing it to the end. And when that's done, miracles can happen. Lives can change. Little communities, your own hometown can change. Your own county can change. Your own state, your own country, the whole world. If a group of like-minded people are willing to just fight for what they believe in and what they know to be true. And I found that to be true, Blake, in most of my life, that 4 or 5 good friends headed in the same direction, 4 or 5 good family members headed in the same direction, can really make miracles happen. And how cool is it that we live in a country? Go look at that Declaration of Independence for a minute. Are there 200 names on it? No. Are there 100 names on it? No. There's a handful, Blake, a dozen, 2 dozen names now that said we can make a difference. We can bring freedom to our nation. We can bring it to the world. And so I think, for me, take some time for the celebration of 250. Pick an audio book. Pick a book to read. Pick an audio book to listen to. Pick a movie series to watch, and honor the great men and women who did it, who made it happen so we could do this. So you could sit with your hat backwards on a company call on a thing called YouTube, and I could sit in my motorhome with my family tonight, and we could meet with people around the world that believe in freedom.
Yeah, amen. That's actually one of my favorite stories. I mean, beyond the signing of the Declaration of Independence, like the Culper Ring is just that whole thing. Being in Long Island, kind of seeing the area of where it could have happened, all the things made it super real. But at the end of the day, the signing of the Declaration of Independence, for me, like I cannot get over. Like, I want everyone to just take some time and like really put yourself in that position and what you would have done. So we all look back, by the way, we go, we totally would have done that. We totally would have been against King George. We would have said, yeah, screw you, guy. But that's not how the world works. Like the reality is there's a big number, probably half or more of us, that would have not done it. We would have said, no, we're good. We're happy, right? They were happy here for 150 years, 200 years.
When they signed it, they absolutely know if they fell into the British's hands, they would be hanged immediately. They would have hung by the gallows. So So I don't know that very many of us would have signed it. We all want to say we would have, right? But these men put their names pen to ink and said, if you catch me, come get me.
Come get me. Yeah, that's it. Come get me.
So that we could be who we are today. We should celebrate them.
Yep. Amen. So on that note, just a quick reminder, everybody, we started celebrating America. Well, we kind of always do it in America. That's it's actually I don't know if you guys are watching the World Cup and like all the stuff on social media and the Europeans are coming over, and it's funny to me because they're now realizing after 250 years that America's actually awesome, like they were still bitter, but now they're happy because they're experiencing American culture and free refills and ice and big pieces of pizza and all the things you can't get in Europe, right? They're loving America right now. But so we're always kind of celebrating, is my point, here in America. But we started celebrating in June with this Celebrate America giveaway. So don't forget about it. Every purchase that you make on the website, every $10 that you spend, you're going to get an entry. Being a part of Reserve gets you 5 entries automatically. And we're giving away 3 Art Eagles. By the way, we are dropping this coin tonight. So I want to know who's going after that. If that's why you're here tonight. If it is, we'll speed it up a little bit so that we can get to your part of the call here. But at the end of the day, don't forget about this. This one's going to be awesome. I can't even remember now. It's almost 300 different items are up for a giveaway in this one because we had a bunch roll over. It's so many of you are going to win on this.
I think we're giving over like 380 coins out to people for free.
That's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy.
It's going to be awesome. Cool. So cool.
Gonna be amazing. And the kilo went out last month. I should have put that up here, but it's on all the socials. We got some videos up, which was awesome. Todd Collins. I'm going to call him the Todd Collins. He calls himself Todd Collins number 2. Won that coin. So congratulations to him again. But yeah, make sure you're paying attention to that. But you guys, to continue celebrating America in the month of July and beyond. Look, we're going to do it all year. Like we are going to talk about the journey of America and how grateful, I'm going to say how cool America is, but also how grateful we are for America as a company. We're going to do it every single month, and we're going to do it with a very special coin project that we've drummed up. And we're also going to do it we're going to be talking a lot about it on socials, different stories, other things. But Josh, before I show this, because I really, this is like what I'm most excited about tonight, showing this project. Just give us a little bit, well, one, your excitement for it, and to give us a little bit of like the anticipation and what this project kind of means for people.
Blake, we've been working on this for a long time. We've had a vision and we've had a dream of celebrating the American Silver Eagle like it's never been celebrated. And so we went to work on doing something unique with turning the United States Silver Eagle into a high-end piece of artwork. We had this vision now a little over a year ago, and we have spent millions of dollars of our own money to build technologies to be able to bring to you what we're going to show you and what will be moving forward as the most unique Silver Eagle project that's ever been done in the history of the world, turning American Silver Eagles into high-end artwork and only making those available through the 7K Metals Autosaver program, and only in the future to those on reserve. This is going to be the most high-end, coolest Silver Eagles you've ever seen. They're going to be done in small quantities, only ever available in this market. And the mintage will actually, Blake, only be those that purchase them on those programs during that month, and then it never gets made again. Which will make the collectability and the rarity and the resellability through the roof. But what's really cool to me is it allows us to be true to who we are as individuals in this company. We want to tell the stories, the great stories of our country through fine high-end artwork on the most iconic thing in the silver world that's ever been produced, the U.S. Silver Eagle. And so, Blake, I think we ought to show people like this is going to become the new Autosaver program. This is it for 7K. The Autosaver program, we've been working on it for a long time to build the coolest versions of an American Silver Eagle with the lowest mintage and the exclusivity to only get it if you're on Autosaver currently here, or if you're a reserve member and want to add it. That's the only way on earth to get it. And yeah, I just think it, to me, Blake, it is really cool what we're about to show. So
I got to do this one first.
Okay. I want you to see. This is
a little.
We have built technology that allows us to do high-end artwork, but leave the Lady Liberty, the rays of the sunshine, perfect every time. To leave In God We Trust, raised in silver, but behind it, do high-end artwork behind it with perfect perfection, with no bleeding onto Miss Liberty, or no bleeding onto the word liberty, or no bleeding onto the little tiny rays of a sunshine. Really, really cool.
We thought, okay, if we were to take the Silver Eagle and make artwork out of it, how would we do that? And where we started was, it would be pretty cool to take the centerpiece of what America is and the symbol that has kind of been America's symbol of freedom, Lady Liberty, right? Which is the center, and place her in all of these different scenes or all of these different time frames or whatever that might be in America. And in this case, in this series case, in American history. And in this particular case, in the founding of America. So this, you guys, is the road. This is the Revolution Road to 250 series. Like Josh said, something that has never, ever been done. By the way, there are a few things out in the market where, you know, they've tried to do something like this, and we've ordered them, and it's kindergarten work. Like, hats off to them, right? Because they're, you know, but we're making this in such a way that recreating is going to be extremely difficult, but also it's just sneaking cool. The level of detail and the artwork and the stories that we can tell, all centered on one of the most recognizable and most famous silver coins in the entire world, the American Silver Eagle. So guys, I'm super excited about this. I will actually want to walk you through what this looks like. Normally in the past, if you've been with us for a while, you would know that we would typically just give you the first coin, and then we'd let you hang, and every month we'd release the new one. I'm not going to do that tonight, actually. So I'm going to show you the whole series, because there's 6 months left in the year, right? Starting July, which means we got 6 months left to celebrate the Revolution Road to 250. This is the year to do it. And so we're going to produce 6 coins to do that, telling a story all along the way. So check this out, you guys. It all started with those 4 or 5 people who got together, who were a little bit upset at King George, who, you know, heard the murmurings of the people and thought, you know what, this is not cool anymore. We got to do something different. We can be better, right? We can change the world by not doing it the old way. So the first coin, you guys, is the Declaration. Second coin.
And by the way, on that, Blake, I think it's so cool that the first coin to ever have this high-end artwork in perfection celebrates the beginning, the creation of our great nation, the signing of the Declaration of Independence with Old Glory, right? The flag on the left side with the sun rays casting with pure silver right over her, right? But on the right, the actual Declaration of Independence. And of course, right, we use the word John Hancock in the world to represent a signature because of Mr. John Hancock's overtly large signature. He said, I signed it that big, Blake, so King George would know exactly whose house to come to if he had a problem.
Yep. Amen. Amen. Everybody knows. So the second coin, you guys. So the first is declaration, right? That's the document that we celebrate, and it's like, cool, we're gonna do this, and a lot of fortitude and a lot of courage, and the decision, like that's the declaration. But what followed was the actual revolution. That it was the fight, right? It was the fight from that decision that followed, which resulted in a stunning amount of loss, sacrifice, obviously, strategy, stories. With the Culper story. There's some other stories we put out on social media recently about some economic stuff. So, I mean, Britain basically flooded the the U.S. economy with dollars, fiat money, right? And made the what is the Continental, right?
Yeah, the Continental
US was using.
Yeah.
Yeah, it made it go bust basically right out of the gate. So we've already had a failed currency in America, right? So Alchemy Wealth says, yeah, that part, exactly. Next, you guys, obviously, by miracle after miracle after miracle in the grace of God's hand, in my belief, we were able to pull away from King George and win the Revolutionary War, get them to surrender, get them to stop fighting, say, okay, you can have it, right? You can have your independence, which never, ever should have happened if you read all the history books. Josh?
No, never. And this coin, Blake, this coin comes in August. So the declaration in July for the signing of the declaration, the revolution coin comes in the auto receiver in August.
Yes, thank you for the clarification. Yeah, I'm going month by month here, right? So thank you for that. So September, you guys, would be the Constitution, step 3, right? So you went through the declaration, you went through the revolution, and now I think this might have actually been probably the hardest part, where you get a bunch of egos together, 84 men in a room, all fighting it out, figuring out exactly, trying to get rid of old habits and think about new ideas and hashing this thing out over months and months and months to turn into years, trying to figure out how to actually set the rules of the game so this experiment could last forever, right? Yeah. Which I love. And by the way, go look it up, everybody. There's very few countries in the world who doesn't use some form of our Constitution today, which is pretty incredible. Like it's a very, very small list, and they're the ones that you would guess.
Our Constitution, Blake, and our Bill of Rights are divine from God, right? These men, they knew their providence, and they knew where they came from, and they knew who they were trying to help. And I'm forever grateful to the amazing hard work. Like this is the revolution was hard. For the men who wrote in their journals about the experience of actually creating the Constitution and creating a nation after the revolution, they said it was harder than the revolution. Their words, not mine, right? To get everyone to come together. But what they built has allowed all mankind, men, woman, bond free throughout the entire earth to be blessed.
Amen. There we go. So the Constitution next, you guys. So this would be October, if I'm not mistaken, is the westward expansion. Next step, Louisiana Purchase, the Oregon Trail, that whole era. Lewis and Clark.
Westward expansion. Like, hey, we sit out here in this westward expansion, Blake. We are a part of it. My grandpas and your grandfathers, they came in this westward expansion, and our people, right? My family and yours have lived here in the West since the first wagon trains, right? 1847 for my family to come into these valleys in the West, but it redefined America. Without it, we would have went bankrupt as a country. It redefined, and it defined who we are as a people. We are explorers, pioneers. We're people who are constantly innovating. The AI revolution happening today would have never happened without the westward expansion of people's minds and abilities and thoughts of defining what it is to be an American. It's to find the new frontier always.
Yep. Amen. Amen. Next would be the Industrial Revolution, which is just a dovetail of that, right? It's a lot more of that type of attitude of what else can we build and how can we do things a little bit differently. So this era, I actually love studying the Carnegies and the Rockefellers. Thank you. I was blanking on the oil.
And by the way, you could hate them all you want. You can think they're dirty all you want, but at the end of the day, they defined what America became, and that we became a land so rich in resources, so rich in technology, so rich in innovation that the rest of the world still can't keep up today.
By the way, like, so you say all those things too, like you can hate them, all the stuff, but I mean, just think about the vehicles we drive. It's super obvious, right? All the things that we enjoy in our daily life. There's some things that are not so obvious that we enjoy in our daily life. Like if you like cereal, thank you to the Industrial Revolution, right? If you like, because that's when they figured out how to do it in mass production so that it could be distributed across the whole of America, like all these things, right? So, and then next, you guys, we are going to be celebrating, this is December, the next 250, right? It's a tip of the hat to what comes next. And, you know, this is kind of the last note for me on this particular thing of like America and the revolution, the road to 250. It's like there's so much division in the world today, and there's so much confusion in the world today, and there's a lot of hate for America. There's a lot of disdain for America, even inside of our own borders. And there's a lot of questions on if we're doing the right thing as a government, and like, is the government good? Is it not good? Like, it's just pure confusion. But for me, like, one thing that we all have to be resolute in, and I'm resolute, and I find great hope in, is, you know, the very idea that you shared, that 4 or 5 people can make a massive difference. And as long as we're willing to be one of those people that are fighting for America in the group of 4 or 5, and we have enough of those across the country, we'll continue to uphold the standards that were driven home in the Constitution, right? That were fought about in those rooms. The ideals that we carry, we'll be able to keep those. Like, I actually wholeheartedly believe that we can do that. And it's permeated across the world in such a way too, that we're never very far away. In my opinion, we're never very far away from the ideals that this country was founded on anyway. We just have to keep chipping away and fighting for it. So,
well, Blake, I always, you know, there's 2 things about this coin that I just love, right? For those of the listeners who are on the night who ever met our good friend Miles Standish, it's a little tip of the cap to him, right? When we first did our first project with him, he said, you know, we have to make the coins, these later liberties, look to the future, right? We have to recognize the past and what's brought us to this moment. But if we're not looking to the future and finding new solutions, we've missed the boat, right? We haven't done our part to move America forward. And I love that we have Lady Liberty we have her forward facing, looking to the future. I love one thing about the Silver Eagle. It's one of the reasons I love the Silver Eagle. This is debated all the time. Is that a sunset or is that a sunrise, right? That we minted into her in the world. I've always said it's a sunrise, right? Because in America, the sun always rises and there's always new opportunity. And for anybody who wants to take advantage of it, the sun always comes up each and every day with a brand new, bold set of opportunities. And I love this coin. I love the design. I love the layout, the elements, because in America, where that beautiful bald eagle and that beautiful Lady Liberty flag is behind her, there's new opportunity every day. There's a new sunrise, and we got to look to the future, and we got to be a part of it. We got to do our part to move it forward. So awesome.
Yep. Amen. Thank you for that, Josh. So someone asked how many in the set again. So this is, you guys, this is the set right here. Okay. So there are 6 coins in this particular set in this series. So they will start in July. The first coin, the declaration, will start shipping July 1. Okay. So if you have one if you're already with us and you're on our continuity program, the coin of the month, and you process it on the 1st, then that's when it will go. And throughout the month of July, whenever yours processes, it will be shipped to you. So that is how it will go. And then the next coin, so we will end coin 1 at the end of July, and then 1st of August, coin 2 will go. So a couple of things to note here is that you will not get duplicates. You will get 1, okay? There is no, in the past, we've done something called the Smart Selector. You know, if you're brand new, that's okay. If you don't know what it is, you don't need to, but there is no more Smart Select. Like we will be shipping 1 coin every single month, the same type. And if you get it in the month, then you got it. And if you didn't get it in the month, then you didn't get it. And so you won't get duplicates. Probably won't have a chance to buy in the past. And so you got to be a part of the program to get the whole set. right? And Josh, I'm actually going to let you. For just a second walk through some of the other logistics about this. So if you're on the Beauty of the World autosaver, little housekeeping here, Beauty of the World autosaver, then this is actually going to replace that. Okay, and so your price will come down a little bit, and you'll just be converted over to this coin of the month, this Eagle. If you're on the Eagle program already, don't do anything. By the way, if you're on either of those two programs, don't do anything. If you want this, do not do anything. Just keep it, and we will just switch right over and start shipping this one. And then, if you're not on one currently, if you're not getting a coin in the mail currently every month, then Friday, probably late Friday, most likely Saturday morning, you're going to be able to, it will be exposed again. You'll be able to go sign up for this. You got to be on reserve to get it. Like Josh said, if you have any issues with any of that, if you have questions, just get a hold of customer service on Monday, and they'll take care of all the things. They'll help you get set up or whatever you need to do. So super easy there. And then Josh, you got a couple more things. I'm gonna give you center stage for a minute while I go set this coin drop up in the background. I'm gonna let you handle some of these other housekeeping stuff.
Deal. I'll let you do that. So a couple things. I saw some questions in here that were pretty sweet, right? They were great housekeeping questions around, hey, how many are going to be minted? Well, however many are on autosaver for that month, and that's it. We won't produce any more after that. So limited to that month period, limited to those that say, hey, send me one on an autosaver program. Second question I saw there that was it's really relevant, right? Was, what is it? MS7, the MS69, gem uncirculated, what is it? It's actually a brand new process. We have decided after 10 years of dealing with grading companies that for this project, every coin is already perfect. Every coin is done in artwork, high-end technology, and we don't want anybody screwing it up. And so what we've done is we found a new way to preserve them. They will come. Right now, you'll receive it in a capsule that has inside the capsule a serial number embedded in the rim. It's our own technology that we're embedding that serial number inside the rim. It looks like that on the inside of the rim, and it's actually it's not a sticker, it's not a piece of paper, it's actually built into the rim itself of the coin. That will scan right into Stack and Sell like in your Stack and Sell app like you've used before. You'll just scan the side of the coin. It'll also be assigned to you because we control everything from end to end in that process now. It'll be scanned to you. We'll know who owned it. We'll know who received each coin, which will allow you to resell it at Stack and Sell in the future. It'll allow it to be stored in Stack and Sell, but it's what we call 7K preserved. It'll also come, these first ones will come in an individual display box. I'm excited for all of you to receive it. So it can be displayed on a desk. It can be displayed in your home. It can be displayed on a coffee table, or it can be taken out and it can be put in your pocket and it can be shared with somebody. Because at the end of the day, what I hope happens is that you share these with people, not the coin, and not that somebody else needs to be on the autosaver as much as share the story. Share how grateful you are for these monumental events that happened. So it's designed in a way when it comes to you, it can be displayed in the display box that will come. It's see-through. It can go right on a desk, or it can be taken out and the capsule itself will protect it with the serial number on the rim so that there's nothing missing. And then I'll just say, here in a couple of months, there will be a new item that comes out that allows you to display all 6 together. We're doing some really cool things there for it, but it's just quite not ready to go. The first ones that came back to us from the manufacturer, God, we just rejected them. We didn't like them. They weren't to our standard. We want these to be a display piece and a show piece so that you can tell the stories to your children and your grandchildren, to your friends and your family and your neighbors, that you can use the coins to tell the stories of American history, that you can grab a magnifying glass with them and check out the finite detail in the artwork and tell the stories. And so you'll see that in just a few more months, pending that the next version is adequate. We've built a really cool way to display those, and we're going to continue to do that in all those future series. The series for us of these will always be kept to 6-month intervals. Every 6 months, there will be a new series. And so you'll know what the series is. And then you'll, the display case that you have options to have actually will let you know what it is. And you can get them each month, show them off, display them, or just stack them in your safe, however you want to take care of them. But we would hope that you would want to share them and tell the stories. At the end of the day, this is about preserving American history, American artwork, and doing something with the most recognizable coin that's ever been done. Hey, Blake, I got to ask you, if you do come back or you send me a note, can I make the announcement about the other piece of one person a month? Are you ready for that?
I wish I knew what you were talking about. Piece of one person a month.
One giant winner a month on the new Eagles?
No, we're not ready for that.
You're not ready.
Logistically, we're not ready for that. I mean, emotionally and mentally, I'm super ready for that.
We just haven't figured out the last chemical.
It's to give us a, oh man, it's going to be so cool. Here's what I'm going to say. Here's what I'm going to say. Okay. For everybody who's on it, you've noticed a new theme. Celebrate 250 and our giveaways, and each month we're giving away. This month we're giving away 300 something coins, right? We're giving away all these coins. I just want you to know, every month, everyone who is on this program, everyone who gets this autosaver, everyone who gets this new technology in our awesome Silver Eagle program, there will be one lucky winner who gets a special one, and that special one is worth ridiculous money. Okay, and there will only be one ever each month, and somebody wins it every month. I will share the details later. Apparently, once we get one last chemical figured out. Yeah, we just got it.
We're really smart, man, and we got really smart people, and we're gonna figure it out.
We're gonna figure it out. It's gonna be awesome. But yeah, I mean, it's like just so right now we're doing these giveaways, and you get to go scratch, right, and see what you got for your entries. But like, wouldn't it kind of be cool if it was just like kind of like a golden ticket type thing, Willy Wonka style?
Willy Wonka
like
style.
That would be pretty cool.
For one person on this a month, something shows up in the mail, and it's like Willy Wonka, and boom, it's massive.
I think it'd be pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, y'all. So that's the autosaver. We've been working on this for a while, obviously, and can't be more excited. I think that this is going to be something that you're going to be seeing a whole lot more of, obviously, not just from our own communications, but I have a feeling the world's going to catch on to this, and there's going to be some stuff about it. So keep paying attention. We can't thank you enough for being with us, being on tonight. Obviously, we appreciate you being a part of 7K. Appreciate you supporting, purchasing the coins. Hopefully you guys are getting a lot of cool coins right now. Look, I mean, I don't know why we're selling them so cheap. I'm just saying. It won't last forever. It will not. I'm telling you, will not last forever. And so if you like it, take advantage now.
I think it's really cool. I think it's so cool that if you're part of 7K Reserve, that you get deals that nobody else in the world gets.
It's pretty legit. I watched it. I saw one guy today. He said, well, lots today actually saved like 100. One guy saved $150. Another one was like, and we're not talking from like top market price either. We're talking from just a normal retail price, $200. One guy today saved $2,000. From his purchases. Obviously, he spent some money, right? But I would say the $50 was worth it in that case. So pretty awesome. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, time to sign off. I'm just kidding. We got a coin drop to do. I didn't forget.
Let's drop this coin.
I didn't forget. You guys ready for this? It's all set up. You guys ready for this? We've been talking about this coin for a while. Some of you already, like we did it at the beginning of this month. We dropped a few of them. Super cool. If you got it in the mail, if you got one, just tell us in the comments if you got one, what you think about it. But I love this coin. Like, we didn't talk about the eagle at all tonight in American history, but like today, when you think of celebrating America, it's like the eagle is always a part of it, right? And some super cool stories, by the way. Benjamin Franklin wanted to be the turkey, and thank goodness he didn't win, and a whole bunch of other stuff, right? But by the way, if there's one thing that Joe Biden did right, okay, I'm showing my bent here. I didn't love all the stuff that Mr. Biden did, but if there's one thing he did right, he's the one that actually made this the national bird. It actually never was until 2025. Isn't that crazy? Which is awesome. But we're gonna get some of these shipped off the next couple of days to some of you lucky people tonight. So this one, you guys, we got some 70s available. We've got some ungraded available as well. Okay, so they're not all graded, but I will say this: most of them could have been. Okay, but we decided not to grade them all because we want anyone who gets a graded one to feel extra special. And so there is a certain only limited amount of graded ones. If you were to send it in later to get it graded, that would be your prerogative if you get the ungraded. But just a reminder, reserve. If you're on reserve, like this is a reserve drop only. So most of you are because you showed up here. So you are getting best price and you are getting early access. Okay, so whatever happens between now and Sunday, whenever this drop turns off, that's what we'll tell all the reserve members after this call that they can go get it. After you guys have all made your purchases, if you don't buy them all. And then after that, if there's any left, then we'll tell the rest of the company and price will be different. 70s will probably be gone. They'll get ungraded for more money. It's kind of how this game works, if that makes sense. So that being said, you guys, what you're going to do is you are going to go to 7kmetals.com. You are going to make sure you are logged in. Okay, I'm going to give everyone just a second to do that. Make sure you're logged in. And you're just going to stay on the deals page. Okay, so just go to the deals page and just stay there. And then we'll do a little countdown here and I will turn it on. So it will just drop into the deals page. You'll just go in there. And if you're getting this tonight, you will make your purchase. By the way, leave us a comment if you're going after this tonight. Let's see this. I see Todd Collins, number 2, joined us tonight. Love that.
While you're getting ready to drop that in there, Blake, I'll just say, I live in a beautiful place. I never go 2 days of my life without seeing a bald eagle, right? I see one every day, 2 or 3 times a day. If I got to go 2 days, it's really rare, okay? There's something about a bald eagle. Every time you see it, every time I see it, I tell one of my kids or my wife, hey, look, check it out. There's a bald eagle. Every time I watch one when I go up the river on my boat, I go, it's an amazing symbol of freedom. It flies free. It moves free. It goes where it wants, when it wants. It eats what it wants, how it wants. It embodies freedom. Thank goodness we didn't make it the turkey, because a turkey wouldn't inspire us. But when you watch a bald eagle, it's the top of the food chain in the bird world, in the predator bird world, and it is magnificent. So,
yep,
awesome.
Hey, amen. By the way, full circle here, 4 and 5, group of 4 and 5, right? So we were on a hike with my family a couple Sundays ago, and we crest this mountain, this local mountain, and we get to the top, and you can see out both sides. And one side is another mountain range, the other side is just 80 miles of valley, and it's just gorgeous, right? And so we look out in the distance, and along the tree line, and there are 5. Which is super rare, by the way. You don't see this typically.
Well, we're telling the story. You can hit the drop. You can hit the drop.
Hit the drop. There was 5 of them flying together, which is so cool.
Oh,
5 eagles flying together, which was amazing. So, all right, guys, here we go.
Boom.
You guys ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And it should be live. Let's go check that out. Make sure it is live. See if I'm signed in or not. I didn't go log in. I got to go log in. See if I can get one of these bad boys. Put in the comments if you got one, by the way. Oh, it is there. It is there. It's the very bottom. This one dropped in the very bottom because I put a longer time frame on it. So scroll all the way to the bottom of the deals page. It is there. Set up, ready to go. Go check it out. Best price, early access, what's happening right now for this one. And anything offered later will be more money if there is anything left after you guys take care of it. Josh, thanks for jumping on tonight. Thanks for all the knowledge. thanks for helping us out, announcing this amazing new series that we got coming out. Appreciate all you're doing on the Sound Money side, everything happening there. You guys travel safe. Good luck to Eli in his wrestling tournament. Appreciate you.
Thank you. I'm buying mine, Blake. I'm buying mine to make sure I still
Good.
get it before it's over tonight.
I like it. I like it. Thank you, everyone, for jumping on tonight. Thanks, everybody, for jumping on. We appreciate you. We love you. Until the next one. Good luck, everybody.
Boom.